That's how I dance for real. That's how I dance. Dance like this. That's how I dance. Not bad. That's terrible. That's terrible, isn't it? I shouldn't dance like that. I should dance like this. How do you dance in the club? Everybody's got rules for dancing. Everybody got rules. Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, let me turn this down. All right, I'm going to watch some highlights. And I'm going to give my 2 cents, as if anybody cares, about what I see during Pittsburgh Steelers highlights. Of course, I can't show the video. But, you know, I'm going to look at the highlights and then say, That's what I'm going to say. This was crazy. Turn this music off. All right, here it is. I'm not going to play the sound either because that also belongs to the NFL. And the NFL, they have no problem issuing copyright strikes. So, you know what I'm liking? Up the middle, I'm liking the Pittsburgh's uniforms. I didn't like the ones that they had that were real old ones. Okay, number 38, Samuels. But I'm liking these. So we got 9-4 Pats against the 7-5-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. McDonald in for the reception in the first quarter. And he's going to go ahead and score. Brady drops back. He looks, he fakes. Pump fake. Brady fires. Wide open. This guy, you can't be more wide open than this guy. Like, what happened to this defense? That guy was wide open. Oh, my sweet goodness. Here's a rush. Roethlisberger back. Caught in the backfield. They blow the whistle. He's down. So, all right, Roethlisberger drops back. He drops back to throw a pass. There's nobody there. Roethlisberger's trying to get rid of the ball, and he has no one to get rid of the ball to. He goes down. It's the second sack of the day. In the first quarter, Brady drops back. He hits a man downfield, number 10, I believe it is, and Brady drops back. And there he is. Brady's getting a little bit of pressure. Brady coming out of the pocket. Here comes it. Throws the ball, and it is not a reception. Number 28 drops the ball. Roethlisberger way back in the Steeler end zone. He lets the ball go, and it's to Schuster. Roethlisberger back. He looks. Roethlisberger, a little pressure, runs out of the pocket. He fires. Roethlisberger with a reception. It's Roethlisberger back. He's looking. Roethlisberger with a little bit of time. He fires, going across the middle, and it's a reception. Roethlisberger back. He looks downfield. He's got a man open, and we get a little pass interference. No, not with. There it is. Pass interference on number 31. A little bit of pass interference. And let's see here, a little slow motion all day. You can't have your hands on him that long. It's pass interference, Budinsky. And now your hands is up like it's like, what I do. It's pass interference, buddy. Can't do that. Roethlisberger backs. He looks. He's got a little pressure coming in. 3 men, and the man wide open. He fires, and it's a touchdown. Antonio Brown, he makes it look easy. And there it is. Pittsburgh goes up, 14-7 in the second quarter. It's 11:32 in the game. And there's a running back, and there it is. And they're going to go ahead and punt the ball. Patriots going to have to punt the ball. Oh, you got the fair catch. Fair catch is called by Pittsburgh, and it goes into the end zone. Oh, my goodness, that was excellent. So Pittsburgh at the 1 yard line. Oh, the running back comes out, crosses. There it is, number 22. Because they are down a running back. Is that Ridley? Roethlisberger back with a single back in the backfield. Oh, Roethlisberger comes out and he throws. And cross field, Miss Antonio Brown. Good reception. Way to come out of the field. Roethlisberger. I'm going to pause this for a minute to see if anybody is on. And if you are, hello. How art thou doing? I got one person here. Yeah, the NFL is fixed. Just glad New England got a taste of their own medicine with the refs on our side tonight. Also, what's up? Been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Who are you? Humble Gaming. I think you have another name that you might have been going by because I don't recognize that name, but I think you have another name. But anyways, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm going to get back to the regular scheduled show. And let's see here. Roethlisberger going to drop back. Okay. Roethlisberger drops back. He hands the ball off to number 38. Number 38, he's going to go ahead and get a first down a little bit more and spin out of bounds. It's Samuels. Yeah. And Samuel sits down. He sits down on the Patriots bench, which is very, very funny, and gets pushed. Oh, and Roethlisberger drops back, throws an interception to number 21. Very, very close there. They might have to look at that one, but no, it is an interception. Brady comes on the field, drops back, a little bit of pressure. Brady to the sideline, and no good. It's wide. Good defensive play. And it's Roethlisberger. He's going to drop back. He's going to look immediately at number 10? Number 10 runs into a young lady on the sideline. Hey, how you doing? Roethlisberger drops back. He's looking for a little action on the right-hand side. He turns around, throws to his left. It is no good to number 19. He's going to have Brady. He's going to drop back. He's looking. He's going to get a little reception there on the side, number 84, and steal the territory. Brady drops back, and he's looking. He's number 84 again, and hit with a little spin move. He's still on his feet. He goes ahead and gets the first down after the second effort. That was pretty good there. But he was not down. His knee was not down. So, yeah, there it is. He comes. Well, hold on here. I'm a play it.
The ball is just past the 40.5-yard line. It'll be fourth and a foot.
So it's 4th and a foot. So the offense. What happened? So the kicking team comes in. Okay, they're going to go ahead and punt the ball. Better be careful. Don't get anywhere closer. To get away from it. Just get away from it. There you go. They get away from the ball, and it's going to be still got a flag down, probably roughing the doggone kicker. You can't touch the freaking handoff. Handoff, number 26, he went right up the middle. Lots of Steelers jersey. He goes down after about 12 yards. It's Brady. He looks up. He hits that guy square in his chest, and he dropped the ball, number 10. Anyways, Roethlisberger drops back. He looks downfield. With the reception, number 13. And it is – that's who caught that ball? I don't know who number 13 is. Anyways, a good reception. Boom, there it is again. Number 13 catches the ball again. He's headed upfield with a little bit of blocking help. So, what is his name? Washington? Roethlisberger hands to number 38. He's going to go ahead and grab the first down a little bit more. So it is 3rd and goal, pretty much, or 4th and goal, somewhere around there. Roethlisberger's looking. He's looking. He's got all day. He's looking. The man's got a hand on him. He's going to go ahead and throw it away. And he's going to get a flag. Intentional grounding. Yep. you can't do that. So let's listen to this call. I mean, there has to be a receiver somewhere within the
intentional grounding. It's offense number 7. Penalty includes the loss of down. 3rd down.
Yeah. Somebody has to be within, and boom, and it works for their. I'm gonna say something. Now. Okay, so your. This is weird. When you don't have a power running back team. When you don't have a team that is just coming straight up the middle all the time, and you no longer have Bell. So, he was a great running back. So Pittsburgh is dealing how they can. So Pittsburgh, they're depending a lot more on the passing game, and because they don't have such a strong running game anymore, this is why they're 7-5, because they could have beat the last 3 teams that they played just like that. I mean, the Broncos, the Ravens, they could have beat them all, but they don't have Bell anymore. But that's the Rooney crew for you. Anyway, so they get this intentional grounding. There's nobody there on this. There's nobody. That's how you get an intentional grounding. And then next play, boom, who's it, Jesse James they throw it to? It's almost like they did it on purpose. You get a penalty against you, and then you wing this ball up for your receiver, who can beat the defensive player if you just give him a little bit of room and a little bit of speed. And that's it. And that's exactly what they did. It's a perfect recipe for a touchdown. Like, I know if he kicks the ball and he misses it. Pittsburgh kicks the ball and he misses the field goal. So there's that. So it's still 14-7. Oh, Brady goes down in the backfield. And they're doing this corny commercial with basketball. And I don't really care to see it because I don't care about basketball. I only care about basketball because you guys care about basketball. And I'm going to skip this ad because I don't care about basketball. All right, so there it is. Okay, Pittsburgh, number 90. All right, still. All right, Patriots drop back, and there goes Brady. Brady with a drop back, got plenty of time. Brady looks, he fires, and nothing. And it's a pass interference on number 25. Oh, that's close. That's close. That's close. How is that passing it right? Number 23 is like, how's that pass interference? The ball is in play. Like, there's no way that, oh my God, I'm gonna have to do a video on this. This is getting ridiculous because it's playoff time. The playoffs are coming up. You're gonna see this. He's like, how? 23 is like, how's that pass interference? Yeah, that's a good question. They're gonna go ahead and hand the ball off. Who's that, White? And he's going to go ahead and get the first down. As a Patriot drop back. He's going to hand the ball off again to number 34. Number 34 is going to go ahead and he's going to rumble for about 12 yards, drop back again. He's going to hand the ball off to number 34 again. He's going to get stopped before he gets a foot. No, he rumbles and he gets the first down with the second effort. Okay, Brady drop back, quick pass to number 11, tries to get the first down and does not get it. The steel curtain showed up. Now they're going to go ahead and punt it. Number 3 kicks the ball, and it is good straight through the arches. Couldn't miss that one. With plenty of leg on it, Pittsburgh Steelers with the ball. Roethlisberger is just going to hand it off to number 38. Number 38 is going to go ahead and pick up about 15 yards. Roethlisberger single set in the backfield or empty set in the backfield. There's a little confusion, and it's an interception. Wait, what? It was confusion on Brown and it's a tip interception. Unbelievable. But that's football for you. It's Brady in the backfield, single back. Brady drops back. He looks man wide open. Number 27, number 87. Brady in the backfield again. He's going to fake the runner. Number 26, he's going to stop. Look, and man wide open. Number 11 gets knocked off his feet. Good open field tackle. And it's Brady in the back, empty set. He looks, fires, boom, number 87 again. Big tight end. Is that Gronkowski? It might be Gronkowski. And they're just going to hand the ball off straight up the middle, but the steel curtain, and there's a flag on the play. Hold on, before you start talking, big guy. I want to hear what this is. I want to hear what you got to say. Flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Holding. Offense. Number 61. 10-yard penalty replay. First up.
There's a 10-yard penalty holding offense. Okay. So Brady, the single set in backfield. It's a screenplay. He's going to go ahead and get it to White and nada. Too many black and yellow jerseys right in his face. Brady drops back. He looks. He's plenty of time. Brady, now the pressure's on. Brady loops one up, and it's intercepted. Number 23 gets his revenge for the ridiculous pass interference called against him, and that guy jumped sky high to get that ball. And he came down inbounds. That is an interception. It is fourth quarter, 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Roethlisberger drops back to his own, and Roethlisberger throws the ball 10 yards, gets first down to number 89. Roethlisberger drops back. He's just going to hand the ball off to number 38, who's been a workhorse, but he's no Antonio Bell, that's for sure. But he's been doing good. Roethlisberger, plenty of time. Roethlisberger coming out of the pocket. It's Roethlisberger. He sees a man open. Guy just falls. Number 38 just falls down. Okay, but nonetheless, he received the ball for about 10 yards. Roethlisberger back. Plenty of time. Roethlisberger looking. Oh, it's just a replay of it. Yeah, why did he fall down? That was interesting. Roethlisberger hands it off to number 38. Number 38's been a guy. He's still running forward. He's going to pick up about 15 yards. He's got. Well, we got a little smoke. We got another call here, and I think it's holding against Pittsburgh. Oh, it's holding against them. Go ahead and play this. This call is, and got a little smoke going on.
Holding. Defense. Number 90. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run.
So that's about 25 yards. Oh, man, they're coming with the rush. Roethlisberger steps back. He fires. Man, wide open. Oh, man. He had that ball. What happened to that? Wow, Smith-Schuster, that was interesting, but there was a good defensive play. They're going to go ahead and kick it. They're going to grab 3 more points, so it's 10-17. Tom Brady back with a single set in the backfield. Tom Brady looking downfield, go ahead and fires the ball to number 11. Tom Brady back. He's going to go ahead and hand the ball off to number 28. Tom Brady back, single set. There he goes. No, he looks downfield. Man, wide open, catches. I don't know who that is. Catches him in stride. Is it Edelman? It probably was Edelman. There goes Brady back to number 28. He picks up about 7 or 8. Brady looks. He just dumps it off. Number 28. He picks up another 6 or 7. Gets a first down. Brady back. Empty set. Brady with plenty of time. Brady going to the end zone. He overthrows. Brady back, 26 seconds left in the game. They're down by 7. Brady's looking, fires in the end zone. It's over his head. And there's 20 seconds in the game. Brady back, single set. Brady back, he's looking. He fires. The pass is incomplete. 14 seconds left in the game. And I think that's going to go ahead and be the ball game. He threw it to Edelman, but there was no end. That's the ball game, you guys. So I just wanted to look that over and do that. I've never done this before. If you guys were, anybody was here. What up? Hey, what's up? Now a bunch of garbage. Hey, you also notice, I don't know if he's still here. He might be gone, but I'm going to go ahead and talk to him anyway. But look, I was looking at a lot of the games. Like I was looking at the Buccaneers game. I was looking at the Giants game. Oh, okay, he's here. What up, Kev? I was looking at the Giants game, and I was looking at a lot of the other games. I was looking at Miami get blown out. Oh, my goodness, Miami. I was looking at Miami getting dusted, the Raiders and everything. And you know what I noticed? A lot of empty seats. And when I say empty seats, I mean those seats were like, they're like the seats that are like right there. I'm not talking about in the nosebleed. I'm talking about a lot of prime real estate empty. Empty. And remember, we talked about this last year. We was talking about how there's going to be declining numbers simply because the Patriots were just going to the Super Bowl too many times. And it's just the terrible play calls, when the Seahawks lost to the Patriots, it was just unbelievable. Like, why would you even call that play? And Russell's a rookie, so we know he didn't do it. And Pete Carroll just gives the Patriots the Super Bowl. Like, there's no way that they should have won that Super Bowl. Russell should have 2 rings on his hand right now. But I noticed there's a lot of empty seats. And like I said, we spoke about this at length. And sure enough, I mean, it's week 15. You know what I'm saying? Like week 15, and there's empty seats, but the Giants, I mean, the Giants, they won like 5 games? Giants are just bad. The Tony Sports right into a soap opera. Now it's all about money and party. That is exactly right. It's not even fun to watch. It's not a representation of your city anymore, because remember, a lot of people who played for your team were from your city. They had the pride of your city. Now you don't know where these people come from. When you talk about the good old days with the Steelers, you felt good to watch those people play. No, not at all. Because you were just like, it's the pride of Pittsburgh, like going at it. Like, those are our guys. Like, we couldn't wait to watch the Steeler games. We couldn't wait to see Lynn Swann, Jack Ham, Terry Bradshaw, Mean Joe freaking Green. We couldn't wait to see all that. Now you don't know where these guys come from. You don't. And the representation, their heart is not with that city simply because they get drafted. I mean, Jordy Nelson plays for the Raiders. What? The Raiders, who won 3 games. Jordy Nelson. He was playing for Green Bay and tearing it up. He plays for the Raiders. It's like, nah. It's just like, nah. It just so many players that represented the team that you wanted them to represent no longer plays for that team. You know what I'm saying? They don't, where's Wes Welker? You know what I'm saying? Denver Broncos. You know what I'm saying? They no longer play for this team. Yeah, they really are. Too much extra stuff going on besides the game. Right. It's too much. It's just way too much. And it's too liquefied. It's not a solid representative of the people anymore like it was. That's what it used to be. San Francisco, you know what I'm saying? It was San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? It was Joe. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It was Joe, baby. You knew what it was when San Francisco came out to play. You knew the deal. You know what I'm saying? Lau Alzado, the Raiders, you knew what it was, when they came on the field. Now you just don't know anyone, and the guys that are playing, they don't represent the city because they're not from there. The pride of the city does not illuminate with the players. And that's a shame because, Emmitt Smith, you know what I'm saying? Emmitt Smith Troy Aikman, you know what I'm saying? They were Dallas. You know, Emmitt Smith ended up playing for the freaking Cardinals. Yeah. And he looked terrible. You know what I'm saying? Roger Staubach. You know, I mean, I can go all the way back to Fran Tarkenton. For if anybody knows who Fran Tarkenton is. You know, if you don't know who he was a quarterback who played for the Vikings. Fran Tarkenton, man. Doug Williams, you know what I'm saying? Played for the Redskins. Now the Redskins are on their fourth quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I do want to say this. RG3 is still playing. He's a fourth string quarterback for the freaking Ravens. And I, for one, am happy about that because I likes the RG3. I just do. I think he caught a bad break in more ways than one, no pun intended. And there was a lot of fanfare that went with RG3. And he came out, you know, he came out like a wrecking ball. And he just, you know, he crashed and burned. Once they took his legs from him, he was just no good. And then he wanted to be a pocket passer. And they were just like, that's not what you are. And he was like, well, I need to learn this. And they're just like, no, we're not going to do that. Then they put him on Cleveland, which was just ridiculous. But Cleveland's got a lot of people from overseas, NBA, NFL, we don't even know. And they pushing the hard and fast. You know, another thing, you know, about that. Overseas is a target. See, this is how diluted the game is. Now, okay, so there was a game that they wanted to play in Mexico City. I think it was the Patriots or somebody else. It was this year. And they had to cancel because of the border, all the stuff that's going on with the border. They wanted to play in Mexico City. They're trying to go to Mexico City. It's like, do you guys not know what's happening in Mexico? Like, you guys don't know the death toll over there in Mexico. Like, no, we not going to Mexico. I'm a season ticket holder. I'm not going to Mexico City to see you guys play. I'm good. It's just not safe over there. It's just not safe. So I'm kind of glad that it was canceled. You know, and they're trying to actually, because they're always saying that they're world champion. It's just like, how are you world champion and you're only playing in America? You know what I'm saying? It's not like the British. It's not like the French got their football team and you guys are playing against them. You're playing against a bunch of people who live in America. Now, people who are playing soccer, okay, fine. World champions, absolutely. Baseball, not so much. Baseball and hockey, Canada is the only other country you're playing against, and they kick butt. And not exactly world champions, you know. But soccer, yeah. But who do we have who's playing soccer? You don't hear about us playing soccer and being world champions, but everything else that we do, world champion. Like, get out of here. You're only playing against America and maybe Canada. Like, come on, man. I'm not... Yeah, world champion in baseball. World champion. Who else did you play? Did China come here and play? Because they're really good at baseball. Mexico? Did you guys play against Mexico in a World Series? No, you didn't. It was Detroit and somebody else. Detroit's right here. Like, get out of here with that. America's up for sale. It's like, come on, man. I listen. I would love to see, you know, let me make this point. In like the Kids World Series, they play against Mexico, they play against China, they play against, you know, all teams from all over the world. They play against them in baseball. But in professional baseball, only Americans. And it's the World Series. Like that is just bold, isn't it? Like, how are you calling this the World Series and you're only playing against American teams? It's like I would actually tune in to watch. I would love to watch the Chinese come over here and play in a World Series because they can seriously play some ball. But that's not what we do. We just go ahead and take some of their players and throw them on one of our teams, and then we call it the World Series. Like, that's just a lie. That's just an all-out lie. Is that the freaking World Series overseas buying up these states in the USA? Pretty much. So, I would, Mexico City, let them come over here and play us in the World. They're great. The Hispanic people are great at baseball. I would love to see that. I don't want to see a bunch of people from there coming over here wearing our uniform or wearing American uniforms and then call it the World Series. I want to see their organization, the best of their organization, playing against the best of other countries' organization, and then it all trickled down to, boom, who's the best. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a good chance America is not going to be in it because soccer. That's exactly what happens. We are not represented in soccer. You know what I'm saying? There are so many countries that are better than America at different sports. And you find this out when you look at the Olympics. You find out that we're not the fastest people in the world. The Jamaicans are. You find out that we're not the strongest people in the world. The freaking Russians or somebody from Zurich is the strongest man in the world. Or, I remember when, this is how old I am. I remember when Mary Decker Slaney. I remember when Mary Decker was just Mary Decker. When Mary Decker was running, she ran the mile. When Mary Decker was running, she was this big whoop-de-doo. Big whoop-de-freaking-doo. You know who was running against her? A woman called Zola Budd. And the reason why Zola Budd was so popular is because she ran without shoes. Literally. She ran barefooted. And I remember when Mary Decker Slaney was in there, they talked about her in ad nauseum. And this was in the Olympics. Mary Decker this, Mary Decker that. Mary Decker went in there and got her ass kicked. She did. I think she fell or something like that. She got her ass whooped. And it was just like, why are we still talking about this woman? It's like she got white out in the Olympics. That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, she's a representative, but stop acting like these other people don't come into our country or into any country as far as the Olympics is concerned, and they blow us out in some sport that we think that we're the best in. What we do is we go and get those people and say, now you're an American. Now go out and run and represent. Oh, America's the best again. Because now we have on our 4x4 team all Black people. All Africans, now they run for us. You know what I'm saying? Our long distance team, Africans, all Africans, now they run for us. Go get some people from Morocco. You're American now. Now you run for us. Oh, America's the best. Like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Who is America? So it just, when I see these things, I really want to know, because America loves to put the best from other countries on America's side and then say this country is the best. But they love this. But then they love to turn around and say, oh, America is only represented by this single race. This we. And we doesn't involve everybody when it comes to certain things in America. Who's the best in the world? America. Oh, now it's a single a race. You know what I'm saying? It's not the melting pot that really is America. It's a single race that's the best at whatever. Oh, America. But it's just like, well, wait a minute. When it comes to the Olympics, we got Asian people who represent America. Who have their Asian name. You know what I'm saying? Who have their parents still speak broken English, Asian. I'm not talking about people who've been over here for the last 1,000 years. I'm talking about parents who migrated here and then had a child. Okay? And or parents who had a child in Asia somewhere and then came over here and got their citizenship, and their child still speaks broken English, but nonetheless, they're American. So it's like, America, make up your mind. Are we a melting pot or are we not? That's what the people of the USA better open their eyes, because the Bible outcry is coming to pass now. Oh, there's no doubt about it. The empire that is America is it's losing its grip, because you know what would be great for America? It would be great for America to start having an open mind. And there's millions and millions of people, right? There's millions and millions of people who come into this country, migration, immigration, and immigration. You know, there's people who come in, they stay. There's people, and this is legally. They legally come in, they get a green card, they get a visa, they stay. And Donald Trump is trying to reverse a lot of that. Donald Trump is saying, you come here and you're an immigrant and you have a child, that child is still an immigrant. This child is still an immigrant. This is what Donald Trump is saying. If you're born on American soil, but your parents are immigrants, guess what? You're still an immigrant, which is complete lunacy. Complete lunacy. So it's just like, Donald Trump, how do you sound? Like, where are your parents from, Donald? Where's your wife from? Like, okay, they weren't even born here. All right, come on, man. Like, so how are you going to deny somebody who's actually born on the soil? And then you're going to fault that person as if they decided to wait until they got off the boat or they got off the plane and said, now I'm coming out of my mother's womb. Like, get out of here. That person is American. It's just like the definition of an American person is skewed, because you have races saying, I'm an American, and this is what America looks like. This is what an American looks like. But it's just like, well, wait a minute. So everybody else who doesn't look like you is not American? It's like, you can't do that. You can't. America didn't start off that way, and it's not that way now. And no matter how much you try to fight to make it that way, it's not going to, because of the growing population of America, because of the system that America has, the healthcare system, the tax system, the financial system. These systems are alluring. So what America is doing is they're picking and choosing who they want to come into the country. We don't want you. We want you. We don't want you. We want you. You know, your people have a bad reputation. We don't want you. But nonetheless, those people are the backbone of our economy in a lot of different ways. But we don't want. We don't know nothing about you, but we just don't want you because you're from this country. But nonetheless, when you need people to go out there and do backbreaking work, you're not going to go out and do it. You're not going to send your people out to do it. You're going to be like, we need some migrant workers. We need some people that ain't going to complain about, $6 an hour. Yeah, need some strong backs. Who do we got out there? We got these people who just walk 2,000 miles. Yeah, go get them. And when the job's done, just go ahead and just get out the country. You sound like Game of Thrones when they built the doggone wall, that big old ice wall. They built it to keep certain people out, and just because people were on the other side of the wall, you said those are bad people. That's exactly what's happening. It's like not everybody who comes from these countries are bad. Name me one country that everybody who comes from there is a good person. I'd love to know where that country is. Everybody who comes from Bakalaka-Laka-Lakasville is good. It's nowhere near the truth. Yeah, get out of here. They're in control now. It's too. It is, but America can get out of their own way. They really can. They can get out of their own way. Yeah, you have swelling numbers, but let's not act like there's no land left. All the land is America's. Everywhere the land is, like, you think you have this land and it's your land. This land is your land. You let them find oil on that land and see whose land it is. This land is your land. This land is my land. To the island. I struck gold. This land is my land. This land ain't your land. There's drug paraphernalia on my land. That land is your land. That land ain't my land. They quick to Fed show up. Yeah, this is our land. Yeah, this is our land. Got some oil there. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and it's my land. I own this land. Like, I legally own this land. Man, now you don't. Yeah. You no longer own this land. I mean, when there's something interesting on your land, dinosaur bones, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take that for the Smithsonian. We're not gonna pay you a dime. Like, wait, what? This is an Indian reservation. I own it. My ancestors own it. Yeah, not anymore. American government owns this. Therefore, let me go ahead and recite the some kind of clause. You're gonna get some 4.50, FBI agent to come see you. You can go, Section 1233B of the Penal Code of the federal agency clearly states, and I repeat, like, get out of here. Let them find some drugs on there. Yeah, you're in trouble. Because they pick and choose. They run you right off that land if it's worth something. They've been doing that from the beginning. They will run you right off that land. You turn up missing if they really want it. Let you fight. You'll be like, this is my land. I'm staying on it. Shoot. The next day you'll be like that scientist that just that new scientist over there in China that just cut out. Look, what that dude, what did he do? He found a way to genetically cut out a part of your DNA, to block a part of your DNA that allows the AIDS virus to affect you. In other words, when you're born, you will not get sick from a major disease. Tell me where that guy lives at now. He showed that. He came out and said this. Then he went on like a TED Talk type of thing. And the next day, a report came out and said that he's missing. Like, wait a minute. How? How is this guy who we didn't know nothing about 2 seconds ago, now this guy's missing? And they ain't found him. They have not found that dude. This is all convoluted. It all runs together. It's just like, where is this scientist who genetically designed a baby not to get sick? Where's that guy at? Because you know what will happen if they start having genetically designed babies not getting sick? You know what will happen to the pharmaceutical world, the medical world, the healthcare world, worldwide? Listen, AIDS wiped out 35 million people. The Black Plague wiped out 70 million people. Do you think those diseases were by design? If the answer is no, you are wrong. Those diseases were made up. AIDS was made up by a European, and it was some other name, and he took it to Africa, and he was just like, this is an inoculation. He was telling the African poor people it's an inoculation. No, it wasn't. He was waiting for it to mutate, and it mutated in the AIDS, and it just spread like wildfire. And nobody gave a damn until Freddie Mercury. Till Freddie Mercury, couldn't sing anymore, and Harvey Milk, you know what I mean? Freddie Mercury couldn't sing anymore, and they were just like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? I see a little boy doing the fandango. Gotta moosh. Thunderbolts and lightning, Galileo. No more of that, Freddie. When Freddie went down, then everybody started noticing other people going down. Then it was a big deal. I'm not making fun of Freddie's death. I'm making fun of the people who blatantly ignored this storm of a disease until somebody famous, caught it. And then it's, oh, woe's us, because a famous Caucasian died from it. Now it's like, get out of here. You guys made it. Boy, I can go on in ad nauseum, but that's not what you guys want to hear. I'm sorry. I just get on my rants. I'm old and alone, so this is what happens. You guys are my company. And I have too much information in here, so a lot of time it just spills out in any kind of way, very ununiform. So they're not going to find that Asian guy. He's gone. That guy's gone. He's gone. Exactly. Listen, that guy fixed a problem that has been plaguing the human race since its inception. Just drink that in. And I'm not talking about since Adam and Eve, because we know Adam and Eve weren't the first people on earth. There's been empires here millions of years ago, long before Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, the book of the Bible only starts 7,000 years ago. So, Adam and Eve were not the first people here. There were people here long before them. But just think about that. This Chinese guy figured out how to take your DNA and say, you are not going to be sick. And here's the thing. When he clipped that strand of the helix, of the double helix, when he clipped it and he inserted something in there and he said, boom, you're good. Just think about that. He took a certain space within the double helix and he took it out and said, this right here is the problem why a virus can hide. And listen, if you get the common cold once, you have it. When you get the measles, then you get older and your immune system starts to shut down because you're getting older. Guess what you get from it? You get shingles. Shingles are the chicken pox. It's the same virus. But that's what happens. It's not that you're getting sicker. It's just the sickness that you had is revealing itself. Again, because you're getting older. So you can't fight it like you used to. In other words, it stays dormant in your nervous system. This guy figured out a way for the virus, We're talking about an AIDS virus that is actually another virus. We're talking about an AIDS virus. If you can take a virus, this is why virus is so important, because you can't get rid of the common cold. You just get rid of the symptoms. If you take the AIDS virus and eliminate it, that's no holds barred. And that's just one part of the equation of what this guy did. He knew exactly where to snip and how much to take out, exactly what to put in. Just imagine if he wanted you to have X-ray vision, or if he wanted you to have super strength or super speed. You think this guy couldn't do it? You think, see, I don't think he's dead. I just don't think he'll ever resurface. I don't, because how many people can do what he did? See, I don't think they're going to knock this guy off, but I think he's probably in the Pacific Ocean somewhere in some think tank where he'll never see daylight again. That's it. Like, he's probably 2 miles underwater in some secret base that will never see the light. This is just what I think. But throwing this guy away, that's just a waste of intelligence. He can sit there and take other doctors and try to explain what he did. You think you're not going to have babies coming out looking like, you know what I'm saying? That will be strong, that will live 150 years old and look like they're 30. You think that's not possible? You better rethink the Bible and look at that. They've been trying to mimic the Bible ever since they knew what it was. Moses lived to be 700 and some odd years long, and his eyes never failed him. He never went blind. I mean, just think, they've been trying to create super strong, super fast, super this. They've been trying to make super soldiers. That stuff about the Hulk, that stuff is real. They've been trying super soldier serums for the longest time. Listen, I used to be a soldier, and I never came across any super program, but I tell you what I did. This is one thing that did happen to me, and no scientist got a hold of it. But I was fast when I was in the military. They cloned people. Yeah, if they could clone a sheep, they'll clone you. Yeah, they'll clone you in a heartbeat. But so I was fast in the military. And because I was fast, every section of the military I went to, they watched me. They watched me carefully. And even when I went to Darmstadt, Germany, I was in a unit. I was in 32nd ADCOM AAD, which is a missile defense unit. It's an air defense unit. And I was a cook. But I ran all the time. I ran twice a day. And I loved it. Loved to run. So they had a race called the Hash House Race, where the general comes out and he races, and all the big brass, and they're all out there, and it's mandatory for people to come out and run with the general. He don't play. He needs people out there. I won that race like 4 times in a row. And one day I was at work, and my E7 came in. He said, "Pal, the general wants to see you at the Hash House Race tomorrow morning." I had to work that morning. And you need all hands on deck, because we were feeding over 2,000 people. So breakfast is very, 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 very crucial. And he snatched me off of my shift like it was nothing. I was at the Hash House Race while everybody else was trying to figure out how to feed all those people. See, they pay you attention when you can do certain things because it's important to them. Now, when I went to Fort Riley, Kansas, I had gotten the mix with a captain. Me and the captain didn't get along at all. So they put me in a program where they try to make you a soldier. They try to re-soldier you, and it's a punishment, but nonetheless, they're trying to recreate the soldier in you. The first thing they do is they yell at you again. They put you through boot camp. They yell at you and all this stuff. And they try to wear you out physically. They make you low crawl through rocks and mud and make you lift up the tree, and everybody doing a sit up at the same time, jumping jacks. And the E7 is doing these jumping jacks, and I'm mad as fire because I didn't belong there. And I'm looking at it going, huh, huh, huh. We got up to like 172, and he was like, okay, I'm done. He was so impressed that I was still like ready to rock, and they're still yelling at me, and I'm yelling back at them, and they're push up, and finally I reached muscle failure. I was the only person standing, and then I couldn't even stand anymore. I reached muscle failure. The next day they gave us a PT test, which is how many push-ups, how many sit-ups, and how fast can you run the 2 mile. I ran the 2 mile in like 10:28. And the E7 was just like, how is it that you can come out here and run a 10:28 and you reach muscle failure yesterday? See, they pay attention to that. Now, 10:28 in the 2 mile is above average. It's way above average. But when it comes to Olympics and college runners, that's nothing to them. That's walking. But when you're in the military, it's above average, so they're watching you. Yeah, so they're watching you. They love your athletic prowess. They love that. Listen, they value your athletic ability over your mental ability. If you got a college degree, they're just like, okay, you get the point system up a little bit. But if you're failing in your PT test, they don't care. They really don't. But if you can go out there and wear somebody out in the PT test, everybody's looking at you like, yeah. Like I would run my 2 mile and be the first one back, and they would say, go help somebody else. I'd be like, I just ran 2 miles. We don't care. Now go run and help somebody else. I didn't even get a chance to rest. They're just like, go help somebody else. They value athleticism and because it's superior on the field. Your college degree isn't superior on the field. When you're at war, your college degree isn't. They actually clown some people, because they're just like, what are you going to do out here? Tell us what E equals MC square is? You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're a bunch of dummies, but nonetheless, when you're getting your head blown off and stuff like that, they're just like, a lot of good that did you. Now reasonability is definitely valued because you don't want to, just be a dummy and walk into a bouncing Betty and that's it. But nonetheless, athletic ability is superior in the military. So I don't think that guy is gone. I seriously think that, especially Asians, there's no way they're going to get rid of that guy. There's no way. I think that they're just going to take him, and I think the result of what he did will show up probably, I say, in 20 years or less. No. I'm sorry. I say in 10 years. Right. He's in a think tank. I say in 10 years, not even in 10 years, 5 years, you're going to see in the news where there's going to be a designer kid. He's going to come out of some part of Asia somewhere. You're going to see this. And it's just going to be amazing what this 5-year-old can do. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Mesopotamia, baby. You're gonna see the results. They're gonna copy what this guy did. They're gonna copy what this Asian scientist did, and you're gonna see all kinds of freaks of nature, because this is what they've been looking for the longest. This is part of it. This is part of what they've been looking for the longest. What this scientist figured out is part of what they've been looking for. But of course, when you're playing God, you're going to have repercussions too. So you might get yourself a super soldier. You know, they might have some 3 or 4 year old that's going to come out doing 30, 40 push-ups with one hand, and you're just going to be like, okay, and this kid's going to be able to run at a blinding speed. Like, he's going to be doing, 12, 13, 14 mile an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like, this kid's 3. And I'm going to tell you something. I had a neighbor. And one day the neighbor, and she was sitting, she had her little girl, and there was another little girl that was playing. And the neighbor's little girl was playing, and the mother was sitting on the porch, and I was sitting on my porch. And, it's just a summer day. Everybody sits on the porch. You say hello, and you watch the kids play. It's family. That's what you do. And her kid crossed the courtyard and the field. And her kid is just a bubbly, beautiful little thing. I think she might have been 5, maybe. Just beautiful little thing. And she was across the courtyard, and then in her excitement, just playing with the other little girl and just playing, she turned around, looked at her mother, and she sprinted back to her mother and crossed that field so fast that we were like, I was like, the speed, and her mother was like, I know, right? Her mom didn't even know her kid could run that fast. And the little girl wasn't trying to run fast. She was just trying to get to her mother. She didn't run with form, come out low and then build yourself up. And then she was running like this just to get back to her mom, because she was just so happy and just running happy like kids do. But her legs were moving at a ridiculous pace. And she would, and we were just in shock. They moved, they're long gone. But just imagine seeing something like that at an accelerated rate. Just imagine that kid took off and crossed the field. Instead of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds it took 1, 2. This is what's going to happen. You're going to see this. I'm telling you now. And don't be surprised when you do. You're going to see somebody run the 100-yard dash at 10 years old, and they're going to clock it. They got the superhuman ready to go. Absolutely. Listen, since when has China been the fastest people in the world? They got one guy now who can break the 10-second. They're just now breaking 10 seconds. China, just now breaking 10 seconds. Now, Americans, Black Americans, have been doing it. Okay, let's get that right now. Black Americans, African Americans have been breaking it. And of course, then you have the Jamaicans who just shatter it. They don't even break it anymore. They do it like it's nothing to them. The fastest time in the world, of course, is 9.58 on record. I think the second fastest time was like 9.79, and 9.7. I think there's like it's the second fastest person in the world is Tyson Gay, who has a 9.69. And then the third fastest person is Jamaican, and he has like a 9.71 or something like that. Ridiculous. But nonetheless, So the time has been broken. Everybody's like, can you go up under 8 seconds? You're going to see people run up under 8 seconds like it's nothing. The fastest person in the world ran at 28 miles an hour. That's going to be child's play. It is. You're going to see soldiers cross the field in just blinding speed. And they're going to do it like it's going to be, and it's going to be to the point where it's not even a surprise anymore. Yeah, this guy just ran a 2.5 minute mile for the last 10 miles. That's not going to be anything. But there's going to be a cost to that. Because the more arrogant we get, the more dangerous we are. There is going to be a cost for bigger, faster, stronger. There's going to be, and the reason is because of the destruction. When things become unnatural, when nature has to readjust itself, there's going to be a cataclysmic event to do it. It's not like it's going to take its time. It's just going to happen all at once. And you're going to be like, wow, like nature took care of business. Why? Because the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. God is not going to let you get out of hand. This has already happened before. Okay? This is, if you read the Bible, you'll see that this very same thing has happened before. What we're talking about now happened on a global scale. And when it happened, God wiped out all of those people. All of them except a small family. He told them, go make a boat and live in this boat and take a few animals. Well, we're going to start this thing all over again. That's what happened. They were destructive to the point where it was unnatural. That's why there is a risk in augmenting the DNA and boosting it to unnatural levels. Because if you have everyone running around here who can broad jump, freaking 500 feet at one time, what boundaries do they have? If you got everybody who's running the mile, in 2 minutes flat and not even breathing, it gets dangerous because their arrogance is going to become reckless. And their recklessness are going to make them think that they are gods. That's what they're going to believe. I am the son of Aries, or I am and when you have people who can bench press, you got people who bench press at 700 pounds right now. 700 pounds. This is one guy in the gym, he is bench pressing 605 pounds. By himself with no spot. 600 pounds. Boom. By himself. No spotter. Just get that. And just imagine Gene splicing that guy. He's a young guy too. He wasn't even over 25. Just imagine Gene splicing that guy and boosting his testosterone and his strength and causing his red twitch muscles and his white twitch muscle fiber to double over themselves to where instead of his arm being this big, it's this big at a relaxed state without him lifting first. And then when he lifts, the blood rushes into it and he's 600 pounds would be nothing. He'll be doing that with one hand. That would be unnatural. The animal kingdom wiped out. Because the food it would take, the land that it would take, the consumption that it would take to fortify a nation of people who need to consume that much energy just in a day would tear the ground up literally. You will not be able to hold. Now, we've already seen results of this with the dinosaur, Pleistocene and the Paleolithic, there's two different ages of dinosaur history. Both of them supposedly wiped out by this rock that fell out of nowhere and hit the ocean. I don't really think that happened, but nonetheless, we do know the atmosphere changed. So nature changed, and when nature changed, these giant animals that were able to run at 60 miles an hour and eat pretty much anything that moves no longer exist. When you have a Titanoboa that is 5 times larger than any snake that we know now, the largest snake we know now is 30 feet. A Titanoboa made that look small. And now we find out that these boa constrictors and Burmese pythons are actually eating people. There's a man who walked into his house and, saw this huge snake, and the snake was had a bulge in it. And, when they trapped the snake and cut it open, the wife was inside the snake. Anyways, once again, a lot of information. But nature finds a way. Nature will find a way to reverse the effect. Men will play God until God shows up. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I have no desire to bench press 600 pounds. But those people that do want to go to the gym less and be stronger, and want their children to be stronger, they're going to have the money and the financial wherewithal to design these babies. When you start seeing these babies, that's going to be the beginning of the end. We are at that time because designer babies are a thing. And they're not just designing them with blonde hair and blue eyes. They're designing them to withstand cold, heat, bullets, diseases, run faster, stronger, live longer, eyes able to see miles with no augmentation, no extra eyewear. This is a thing, and it is unnatural. And nature will have an answer. When it gets out of control, that's when the fire comes. Burns it all down.